Hi YouTube. So after I made my week 29 update, I was emailing some people and then I started kind of thinking about things and I thought I would make a video on it because I think that it helps me to talk about it, but also maybe it'll help somebody out there because maybe they're feeling the way I feel. And it's kind of probably going to be a ramble video again, but hey, that's okay, right? So I was thinking, it seems like throughout my life, there have been lots of thin people who don't really understand what losing weight is all about. They're like, oh, well, why don't you just stop eating, or why don't you get off your butt and exercise? And yes, those are the two main, most important things for losing weight. But also, when you are obese, morbidly obese, severely morbidly obese, it's not just a lazy thing anymore. Granted, partially it is. We'll put that out there, but it's more emotional. We've all turned to food for one reason or another, and it's like our best friend, our confidant, our world. If you're just, if you're a little overweight, you may just hate to work out or love your portions or love certain foods that you eat, and you don't turn to food for support. Um, but morbidly obese people do. And it's like our alcohol. It's like our drugs. Granted, we're killing ourselves, but in a different way. People that are alcoholics are destroying their livers and all that kind of stuff. So we're destroying our bodies in a different way to be happy for that moment. And the bad thing is for people that overeat, it's like you eat and eat large amounts so that you don't have to feel. And then once it's over, you feel guilty and you're mad at yourself. And then the cycle goes on and on and on. And I know people that are severely morbidly obese, like I was, understand that that cycle can go on for days or weeks, and it's hard to stop it because the emotions are so raw and they're so to the core. And you may have gone through so many things in your life that you're trying to cover up, not deal with. It's too painful. You feel alone. And I think people sometimes just don't realize how emotional, how weight loss is so emotional. It really is. Weight loss takes so much from within. I could tell if you asked me today, like, what was my one aha moment that made me want to lose weight, I can tell you numerous ones. I know some people have like that one aha moment where somebody called them fat or something and they just didn't want to be known as that anymore. But for me, I have so many. But those aha moments were covered up by, oh, well, I'm just going to eat them away. Granted, I grew up not learning how to deal with emotions, and I've been overweight my entire life. As far back as I can remember, I have been overweight. Um, it started getting really bad middle schoolish, um, but a lot of people just don't understand. Like, it takes everything out of you to lose weight, and I think that's why every time I tried to diet, I would lose like 40 pounds and then gain it all back plus more because I would sit there and I would like, oh, I've lost 40, but look how much more I need to go. And then I would gain even more and be like, oh, well, screw it. What's the point? I'm just going to be fat all my life. And then you kind of give up. And it's just, we let the emotions take over everything. And, um, I guess that's one of the reasons I'm so drained and I feel like so much depression and tired because I have for the last 6 months um, been going to therapy. I started therapy like it was like maybe a month before surgery. It was pretty close. Um, and I so I've been going for a while, and I guess I'm starting to get into things more. There's so much of my childhood I don't remember, years that I just couldn't tell you anything that happened. Um, and I've had little memories come back here and there. I've been doing this thing called EMDR, which you kind of hold these like two little pulse things in your hand and they kind of go back and forth and vibrate in your hand. And it's supposed to connect like your left and your right brain to help, not necessarily help you have memories, but help you connect and remember how you felt and things like that. So it's kind of helped me have a little bit of memories, a little, and I don't know. I wouldn't say the MDR has caused bad dreams, but it's definitely. I think it's just the therapy because therapy is kind of like connecting certain things, and it's causing me to think about them more. My brain's kind of like subconsciously going through them, and so the dreams like this the scenario in the dreams don't make sense, like the setting, but the feelings and the things that we're talking about in therapy go along with the dreams. And so I guess the point is that, it's definitely very emotional. And please, if someone tells you like, oh, well, why can't you just get up? Why can't you exercise? Don't let that get you down because like I say, those things are important and you do have to do them. You do have to exercise. You do have to watch what you eat. But it's also emotions in your mind. You don't have to have confidence to lose weight. I mean, confidence is good, but you think, oh, well, I'm just not confident in myself. That's why I can't lose weight. That's not the key. The key is working on you, figuring out what issues you have, and actually for once feeling them. I I have felt feelings before, but I never realized what feelings felt like until I didn't have food to cover them up. Feelings are very raw and very emotional and very raw is just the best way I can describe it. Even good things that are happening to me, like making new friends, um, just things that are happy have been overwhelming for me because I'm not used to those things. And granted, good things have happened to me before. But I mean, like, good, positive um, relationships really haven't happened to me that much. And so now that they're happening, it's it's overwhelming and it causes anxiety because I'm afraid I'm gonna fail or I'm not gonna get along with them or I'm not the right person to be friends with them and all that negative talk kind of comes in. It definitely overwhelms me and like I say, it's like it just they're very raw and so I think a combination of all that together just mentally drains you. And, also, I don't think people realize when you are super morbidly obese, how relationships affect you because most of us, like I say, we can't say it for everybody, but for most of us, we haven't really had many relationships interacting because we kind of hide ourselves in our home and, stay protected. And so when we do have those relationships, those few, even if they're negative, we keep them around because they fill our void, what we're longing for, what we're hoping for. And so it's really hard sometimes to push away those negative people. But I kind of I found some quotes that I thought I would read because it kind of talks about that. Because a lot of the time when we have those negative relationships in our lives, they actually pull us down more than we realize. And, going through a weight loss journey, you definitely need people that are going to lift you up. And don't get me wrong, people are going to have bad days. People are going to have bad weeks. People are not always going to be positive. But you do need people that are not going to drag you down, that are drama filled. Um, it's just going to make the weight loss for you even harder. You're going to need people by your side who can support you as much as they possibly can. So, one of the quotes is, go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. If they can't see the real value of you, it's time for a new start. And I think that's one of the hard things for me is some of my friends have been really excited, but as the journey has gone on, um, they've gotten less excited and they kind of tolerate and not celebrate. And granted, we can all get into times where we talk a lot about a certain thing and we kind of have to calm ourselves down. But you definitely always want to be celebrated for who you are and your achievements and your goals and not just, oh, it's great, like, be quiet now. Like, you should always feel empowered by your friends and you should always feel important. And it's hard letting go of those negative friends, especially like for me, I don't really feel like I have that many right now. So it's hard to let go if you don't have that many. But for me, I'm feeling more empowered to be backing up from those friendships, even though it's hard. I'm feeling more empowered because I'm doing what's best for me in the end. And it may be hard while I do it, but in the long run, it's going to make me a better person and it's going to help me find healthier relationships in my life. Um, walk away from anything or anyone who takes away from your joy. Life is too short. Life is too short to put up with fools. And that's that's really true. Like you should be happy with who you are, how far you've come. I feel like, and my therapist also feels like in these past 6.5 months, I have come so far emotionally, and granted there are times I feel like I do, one step forward, two steps back. But in the end, I always get forward. So it's definitely baby steps, and they will equal something really big in the end. And I think that's another reason I'm emotionally tired because I'm just so like, oh, I'm never gonna get there. Even though I've come so far, I'm just like, oh. But the point is that I just need to remember I will get there. It may take me a year from now, it may take me 2 years from now, but I'm gonna do it. This time things are different, and I may fall back and I may mess up, but that's okay because we're all human. Um, Forget all the reasons it won't work and believe the one reason it will. So for me, things are different this time because I'm getting emotionally healthy. So for me, I'm forgetting all the other reasons why I can't lose weight. So I'm forgetting that, oh, I'm not good enough or oh, whatever. I'm going to lose weight because this time I'm really making a difference in my life and I'm taking all the steps that I need to take to get healthy. Don't worry about failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. I know there are so many times I can, I could look back and think about all the failures of losing weight in my life, and there have been a lot. Um, and doing that alone can be so overwhelming that depresses you and makes you sad. So my advice is don't dwell on the failures. There's nothing we can do. We can't go back and change those. Just look forward and look at all the chances that you have to to try something, try another way to lose weight. Definitely reach out to people. I was thinking about taking a break, but I don't think I'm going to because I think I was kind of becoming a hermit a little bit, and just because I'm tired, I still need to reach out to people and know that people are there to support me. So, um, not, I knew people were there to support me, but I was just so overwhelmed. So, think about what your biggest reason is why you're going to 6 feet this time. Think about what that one thing is that's going to help you this time win the battle. And like I said, it may take a year from now, it may take two, it may be 10 years down the road, but what is going to be the one thing that helps you this time? And I think another one of mine is I don't want to die. You think of people that are super morbidly obese and had all like the conditions I did. Um, they usually die in their 40s. And I'm 31. I'm going to be 32 this year. I don't want to die. So, that's the biggest thing that's going to help me change and be different this time. So, anyway, I hope this Ramble inspirational video helps somebody. It helps me to kind of just talk about it and get my feelings out there. And hopefully it helps somebody else too. So, thanks YouTube, and I will talk to you later. Bye.